Madden is all about creating unique concepts that attack a variety of different coverages, and today we're going to show you how we can use one play in Madden 25 to attack four of the more popular defenses you'll face. So that being said, let's dive right into it.
All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun right, triple E. Close X, go. On one. Ready? Hey.
What's up guys, it's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and the play we're going to be looking at today is slot fades out of the gun spread formation. Now in today's video alone, we're going to show you how we can beat cover 2, cover 3, cover 1, and cover 0 with this one play. So let's start off with the first defense, and that's going to be cover 2. Now, you can see here on the defensive side of the ball, we have a simple Tampa 2 out there. What we want to do is we want to come out for all of these setups against all these coverages. We want the running back to the short side of the field. Now, for cover 2, we want to motion the slot receiver to the left, and we want to put him on a streak. Now, from there, what we want to do is we want to custom stem that Y receiver. Okay, so we're going to custom stem him until that route reaches the sideline. Now, it's going to look like this when you actually run it. Sometimes the custom stem's a little bugged out in practice mode where it doesn't show you as you're doing it. But this is what the route's going to look like here from that Y receiver. And you're going to just throw it to Y in that whole shot area of the field, which is going to be between that safety and that outside corner. So we're just going to say hike. We're going to allow him to get into that pocket. We're just going to throw that ball. You can rat catch that. If you can beat that safety around the edge, you're able to turn this into a one-play touchdown. But if you don't, it's still going to be a big play down the field. Now, again, one more time, if we are going against cover 2, you're going to motion this slot receiver to the left side of the field. We're going to put him on a streak. And then we want to put the middle receiver, that Y receiver, we're going to custom stem his route up until it reaches that sideline. So you can see there as it moves, that's where we want to get this route to. And this is going to put him in that perfect spot on the field where we can attack a cover 2 style defense. If you want, you can put this backside receiver on an in route, just have an underneath defender if they do cover this to the left side of the field. That's up to you. But what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for him to get into that pocket. We're going to throw that away from that safety, and you can see we're able to rat catch that and get a nice, easy touchdown there against cover 2 style defenses. Now let's talk about how we can use this play to attack cover 3 style defenses. So you can see here we're in a cover 3 defense, and what we want to do is we want to motion the left of screen slot receiver to the right now. Okay, we're still running this with the running back to the short side of the field, and once we motion him, we want to put the X on a comeback, the A on a streak, the B on an in. Now, the last thing we want to do is we want to custom stem this Y all the way down the field until he gets to the back of that end zone like that. So this is what our player it's going to look like against cover 3. Now, from here, we just want to say hike. We want to buy time in the pocket, and we're going to wait for that Y to get in between those players, and we're going to throw that, and you can see we're able to get an easy one-play touchdown against cover 3 defense now. Obviously, a different coverage entirely from what we talked about with cover 2, but we are still using the same play. We're just making a few other adjustments to attack this style of defense. So again, one more time against cover 3, we are going to motion this receiver to the right side. We're going to put the X on a comeback. We're going to put the A on a streak, the B on an in, and then we're going to custom stem this Y all the way down the field until he reaches the back of the end zone like that. Again, just custom stem it really as far up as he will go so you can get that diagonal across the field. And then we're just going to say hike. We're going to buy time in the pocket, wait for him to get to that opening. We're going to be able to throw that and rat catch that and get ourselves an easy touchdown against cover 3 style defense. The final two defenses we talk about are going to go hand in hand as they're both forms of man coverage. We're talking cover 1 and cover 0. Now, the setup for both of these defenses is the exact same, but we will still show it to you versus both so you can see it working. Now, what we want to do for our setup against these two coverages is we want to come out again running back to the short side of the field, and then on the right side, our A receiver we're going to put on a curl, and then our B receiver we're going to put on a speed out, and then we're going to custom stem him up once on the D-pad to get him to go to that 10-yard marker. Okay, now the right side of the field is where we're going to attack if they're playing off-man coverage. Okay, if they're playing press, we're going to attack with the left side, and we'll show you that. But if they're playing off-man coverage, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to throw this B on the speed out as soon as he's making that break to the sideline. So we're going to say hike as soon as he's making that break. We're just going to throw that, possession catch that on the sidelines, and get ourselves an easy 10 to 15 yards. Okay, so one more time, if they are in off coverage, we're going to put the A on a curl, B on a speed out, and custom stem him up once on the D-pad, which will put him to that 10-yard marker. And we're going to throw this B on the speed out as soon as he breaks and possession catch that and get yourself a nice easy gain. Now, you can throw the curl against off coverage as well, The reason I throw the speed out 9 out of 10 times is because there is going to be a user in the middle of the field most likely, and he can get to that curl a lot easier than he can get to that B on the speed out. But if you notice that the user's not going out, you can always throw this as soon as he turns around and get yourself a nice easy 10 yards there also, right? Now, if they do press, that's where we're going to attack the left side of the field with this slot fade route, okay? So I'm still going to set up the exact same thing on the right. And you can actually throw the curl a lot of times because he won't get pressed against most defenses unless they're in some form of a dollar. But if it's like nickel or something like that, the safety's going to be responsible for him, so he's not going to get pressed. So you still do have the ability to throw that curl. But what we're really looking for against press man is this left side slot fade to the Y. And what you're going to see is we're just going to say hike, and as soon as he gets off the press, we're just going to lob that ball over the top. We're going to rat catch that, and you can see we're able to take that in for the easy touchdown. Now, obviously, the last 2 plays in off coverage, we talked about just about 10 to 15 yards. We want people to press us when we're in this because, again, you can see as soon as he gets off of this, right, he's going to get this animation 9 times out of 10. As soon as he gets off of this break, you're going to see right there he gets a slight separation, and now we're just going to throw that fade over the top. Again, pass lead that away from the middle of the field safety, and we're able to catch that and get ourselves an easy score. And if we don't get in the end zone, it's going to be an easy big play down the field. So one more time against press coverage, we are going to put the A on a curl, the B on a speed out, and we're going to custom stem him up once on the D-pad. But again, our main goal against this press man is we are going to throw it to the Y. As soon as he gets off of that, we're just going to lob that and throw that for an easy touchdown there. And that's going to be very, very consistent for us. Let's run it one time here, or a couple of times against cover 0 as well, just to show you that it will work against that coverage. Now, against cover 0, what we want to make sure we do is we want to make sure we have our blocking set up as well, right? Because if they're sending 6 people, we want to make sure that blocking is set up. So if we do this again against cover 0, it's the same thing. If they're in off coverage, you do want to make sure that your blocking is set up. So here it's not. So what I'd do, I'd probably half slide to the left to make sure that the 4 people in the box that I'm worried about are blocked. But again, if they're in off coverage, we can throw it to either the speed out, or we can throw it to that curl that we talked about. Again, easy yardage there to the right side of the screen. But if they do press when they're in cover 0, again, make sure you do set up that blocking because you want to make sure that those 6 in the box there are taken care of. But if they're pressing, we're still looking to that left side slot fade. We're still going to set up the same routes to the right. But pressed in cover 0, we're still going to set this up. We're going to throw that over the top, and we're able to get that for the nice, easy touchdown against both cover 1 and cover 0. Before we end today's video, I do want to let you know about a sale we're running right now over at HuddleGG, which is the best deal you're going to find on any tip site for either college football or Madden. Now until the end of August, our pro subscription for the site is 50% off, and you get to keep that price for as long as you remain an active subscriber. There isn't a better deal in the tip space that you're going to find, so make sure you take advantage of this deal today.